We got so much good information yesterday related to EA Sports College Football 25, and there's so many things we could go over. There's so many new features and capabilities that will be in this game that weren't in previous games or in Madden. And one of these new features are the physical and mental abilities that will be introduced in College Football 25. So in this video, I wanted to specifically go over abilities and talk about the abilities that we already know are in the game and what they do. In College Football 25, we are introducing 80 abilities, the majority of which are completely new to the college football gaming space. These abilities are purely situational boosts and there are no guarantees. Abilities are categorized into two groups, physical and mental. Each of these groups is further divided into 4 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. The most a player can have at any given time is 5 physical and 3 mental abilities. These abilities are very similar to badges in NBA 2K if you've played that, and it's definitely a significantly better system than the X Factors in Madden, because in Madden, the X Factors are guarantees, whereas in College Football 25, these abilities are simply situational boosts and they are not guarantees, which is what we just read a second ago. And Kirk Herbstreit explains in the gameplay deep dive that you're watching right now that the reason for these abilities is to show the discrepancy between players in college football. So you're going to be able to tell a difference between your untested freshmen and your veteran seniors. And even more so than that, you're going to be able to tell a difference between like an Ohio State player and a Sam Houston State player. The more experienced players and the players that are higher overalls are going to have more abilities and abilities that are also higher tiers, so like the gold and platinum, whereas the lower overall players and the younger players like the freshmen are going to have less abilities and they're probably going to be bronze level. The mental abilities are going to be intangible things like being able to identify blitzers before the snap, or keeping your composure on the road and so you don't get the squiggly lines when you're looking at the play. While the physical abilities are going to be like on the field with the sticks, so you're going to be able to juke better, or maybe you have better protection from wear and tear. So here's a look at almost every single ability in College Football 25. You can see several. There's 360 up there in the top left. I see mega leg, focus kicker, bouncer, captain, clear-headed. There's a ton of them. Definitely pause it and read all of them. Take a look. Here is a picture from the blog, and it actually shows us 4 different abilities and each tier from bronze, silver, gold to platinum. So at the top, we have Field General, which is a mental ability. It says you can identify blitzers post-snap. That is the bronze level. The silver level is can identify blitzers pre-snap. Gold is can identify blitzers and coverage shell pre-snap, and platinum is can identify blitzers, coverage shell, and disguise coverages pre-snap. So you can see how it progressively gets better from bronze to platinum, and we actually got to see a clip of Field General in use. You can see Ewers is the Field General, he has that ability, and he can see those 2 blitzers pre-snap. Next on this list, we have Option King, which is a physical ability. The bronze level says slight accuracy increase on quick pitches. Silver moves to moderate accuracy increase on quick pitches. Speed increase on strong pitches. Gold is significant accuracy and speed increases on pitches, and wear and tear protection on option plays. Platinum, which is the best, is ultimate speed / accuracy increases on pitches and wear and tear protection on option plays. So if you have a team that runs the option, this would definitely be a great ability to have. Next is Workhorse. You can see it's highlighted on this picture. It's also a physical ability. It is slight protection from wear and tear effects when colliding with other players. That's bronze. Silver is moderate protection from wear and tear effects when colliding with other players. Gold is significant protection, and then platinum is ultimate protection. And you can actually see here that Ollie Gordon has the platinum version of this ability, and we're going to go over this picture and a couple other pictures more in depth here in a second. And we know that wear and tear system is going to be a pretty big new feature that affects players getting hurt and fatigued, and you have to sub them out so they don't get hurt. But this ability offers protection against that wear and tear system. So Ollie Gordon, for example, you can probably hand the ball off to him 30 times and he's going to be able to take that much damage because he has this ability. Lastly on this picture is Downhill, which is another physical ability. So the bronze level is slightly more broken tackles after reaching max speed. Silver is moderately increased broken tackles after max speed. Gold is significantly more broken tackles when reaching 90% of the max speed, and Platinum's ultimate ability to break tackles after reaching 80% of max speed. What's interesting about this ability is if you have a lower max speed, this ability is going to kick in quicker. So in some ways, being slower would be better with this ability. Obviously, the trade-off is you're slower, but you're going to break more tackles as well. You can see Cal running back Jaden Ott has this ability where he can break tackles at max speed. And like I said earlier, we were going to come back to these pictures. So you can see Donovan Edwards has the Platinum version of Safety Valve, which gives him the ultimate ability to win versus man coverage and secure catches when aligned in the backfield. So obviously this would be a pretty valuable thing for a running back. You can just dump it off to him. He should be a pretty good receiving back. And then it looks like he has the silver version of Sidestep, which moderately improves his ability to fake out defenders with juke moves. And Trevor Etienne for Georgia has this ability right here. You can see it displayed against his former Florida team. Lastly, you can see Donovan Edwards has the silver version of Takeoff, which gives him a moderately quicker release off the line when he's not being pressed. So it's kind of interesting to note, two of those are more of receiving abilities than a running back ability. Next, we have Cade Klubnik. He has the silver version of Dot, which when he's standing in the pocket gives him a moderate accuracy boost when throwing to open receivers. My question with this one is, what exactly is considered the pocket? Like, what is the boundary for that? And then two, what is considered an open receiver? Like, is a defender not within 10 yards, not within 5 yards? How exactly does this ability activate? Klubnik also has the silver step up ability, which is moderately improved accuracy when stepping up into the pocket and not under pressure. I kind of have the same questions with this ability. What exactly is considered the pocket? I know what it is in real life, but like in the game, how far back can I go? What exactly are the boundaries for the pocket? And then two, not under pressure. You know, what is considered not under pressure? Can a defender be within a couple yards of me or what? And lastly, I believe that is Bronze Sleight of Hand, which is a slightly increased ability to hold defenders using play action on first down or less than 3 to gain. So if you have this ability and you're running a play action play and it's first down or any other down, but it's less than 3 to gain, so like 2nd and 2 or 4th and 1, this sleight of hand ability activates and it gives you increased ability to hold defenders. Back to Ollie Gordon, he has 3 platinum abilities. I'm pretty sure this guy's going to be maybe 99 overall, but if not, like at worst 97, 98. We've already talked about Sidestep and Workhorse, but he has Platinum Balanced, which is the ultimate ability to break hit stick and strip attempts. So if you try to hit stick somebody with this ability like Ollie Gordon, he might not go down. He might just eat that hit and keep going. And same with strip attempts. If you try to strip the ball from him, he has the ability to completely break that and keep running. Here's a great look at a player with all 8 of his abilities. So obviously this is Travis Hunter. You can see his mental abilities and his physical abilities there on the right. And then on the left, it shows the 3 mental abilities specifically. So he has Bronze Fan Favorite, which increases his composure gains at home. Then he has Silver Best Friend, which is actually a pretty cool ability. It says his quarterback gains composure on a first down catch. So if Shedeur Sanders throws the ball to Travis Hunter on first down and Travis Hunter catches that ball, then Shedeur Sanders is actually going to get a composure boost. His last mental ability is Silver Clear-Headed, which is protection from composure loss. So you can see how these mental abilities are all about keeping your composure and confidence. So when you're on the road, that stadium pulse, the home field advantage isn't going to affect you as much. Now this picture shows Travis Hunter's physical abilities. So these are all platinum except one is gold. He has Platinum Sure Hands, which is improved standard catches. He has Platinum 50-50, which is improved jump ball ability. He has Gold Double Dip, which is improved double move routes. Then he has Platinum Layout, which is improved dive catches. And then Platinum Recoup, which is improved fatigue recovery. So basically, you can see that Travis Hunter is also going to be very highly rated. He's going to be an absolute dog of a receiver for Shedeur Sanders. But I want to bring your attention back to the Gold Double Dip ability, because we can actually see what it requires to upgrade from Gold to Platinum. It says Platinum requires 95 deep route, and he's currently at 91. So it looks like you have to have a certain rating in a specific category in order to upgrade your ability to the next tier. So I bet if his deep route was under 90, he would actually drop down to silver, which then makes me wonder, like, since we know player ratings fluctuate throughout the game, if your player rating goes down in the game, do your abilities also drop down tiers? That's something really interesting to think about. But either way, it's cool to kind of know how these abilities work. You need to get a certain rating in a certain category in order to upgrade that ability. Here are some other abilities we saw. Ball Hawk, which is improved break on the throw. Clutch Kicker, which gives easier accuracy timing on late field goals. Here you can see that Oklahoma left tackle has an ability that looks like a boxing glove. And so I zoomed in on it and I was going to try to find it from the list we looked at earlier. And I feel like it's maybe this KO one right here, which is also looking like a boxing glove. But when you compare them side by side, they honestly look different. So going back to this list, I honestly don't know what it would be. There is a row at the very bottom that's not included, so maybe it's that row, but it's not really a big deal. I was simply trying to find the name of it. And then the blog mentioned 3 other abilities I want to go over real quick. This right here is the Grip Breaker ability. It says, consider our new Grip Breaker ability under the physical category. This ability bolsters a defender's capability to disengage from a block. At the bronze and silver tiers, this ability is only applicable during run plays. However, at the gold and platinum levels, it also applies to pass plays. So basically, this ability just lets defenders get off blocks easier and get to the quarterback or to the ball carrier or whatever. Next is the Legion ability, which increases the confidence of other defensive backs when the player gets an interception. So this is similar to the Best Friend ability that Travis Hunter had, where it affects a different player than yourself. So if a defensive back gets an interception, it actually helps the other defensive backs increase their confidence, which again will minimize the effects of home field advantage. But interestingly, it says, take note, these mental abilities are lost anytime a player goes cold, making the management of confidence and composure even more essential. Now, I don't know if this is referring to all mental abilities or specifically the mental abilities that influence composure, but it's cool that these abilities all seem to have counters to them. So these mental abilities, for example, if you start playing bad, you're going to lose your composure regardless of if you have these abilities that are supposed to help your composure. And it goes back to what they said, none of these are guarantees. They're all situational boosts. So if the situation isn't right, if you're playing bad, you're going to lose that ability. Lastly, we have the Pocket Shield ability, which progressively makes offensive linemen hold blocks better on standard pass plays. But again, all of these have counters. So it says, however, even at the platinum tier of this ability, it doesn't apply if the distance to the first down is more than 10 yards. So if it's 2nd and 15, this ability will not be in effect. And strangely, this Pocket Shield ability is not on this list right here. It's in alphabetical order, so it should be on there right after play action. So I don't know exactly what that means. Probably not a big deal. The last thing I want to talk about is this coach's vision right here, which lets you see a lot of things pre-snap, and that includes all your players' abilities. So you can see the quarterback, Alan Bowman, it looks like he has that sleight of hand ability. Ollie Gordon in the backfield has a ton of different abilities. A lot of them are platinum and some of them are gold. And the wideouts to the left both have a couple abilities. So this will be a cool feature. Before the play, you can see who has what abilities and it might affect what you do with the ball. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner, you can move your stick in the direction of which players you want to see. So right now it's on the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. But if you move that to the D-line, you'll be able to see the D-line. But I wonder if you can only see the offensive player badges if you're on offense and the defensive players badges if you're on defense. But that's basically going to be it for this video. I'm really excited for these abilities in College Football 25. I think it's going to add a whole new element to this game, and it's really going to let you see the difference and the discrepancy between these best players and these worst players. And I think it'll also be really good in Road to Glory because you're going to try to figure out which ability should I have to make me the most effective player on the field. This game looks amazing. I'm incredibly excited. Follow me on Instagram at BringNCAA Back. I post everything there first, and then subscribe here on YouTube for the video content.